got a smile on my face, but though y'all guys can't see it. We got a surprise, shadow drop Star Fox Direct earlier today. So I tuned into that. I was playing Elden Ring, and all of a sudden I'm like, what Star Fox Directs? So I popped that on. I was there for like a minute to go before it started. Actually, no, like 3 minutes. 57, 3 minutes. I can count. Surely I can. And let me tell you, that was actually really good. They started off by announcing the game, which is just going to be called Star Fox. And the first thing they did was they gave us the new designs. And let me tell you, them new designs look nice. They went super animalistic with it. And I'm not mad at it. Slippy looks smooth. Fox and Falco look beefy. And Peppy looks old, as it's supposed to. I wanted to see more of Cat, but you do only get a small snippet of Cat in there. You don't get to see much of Star Wolf, but they're in there, so it's fine. No Crystal because he takes place after this, which is another thing that they decided to do is they're remaking it's Star Fox 64/Star Fox again, which makes me a little sad. But for new people coming into it from a Mario movie, it makes sense because you don't know what happened, and they're probably gonna have a segment in the game that ties it into the movie. Maybe not because they're heading to the Smash Bros. Movie. They are. They said they're not, but they are. At least Miyamoto said they're not. That doesn't mean they're not. He just might not know about it. Or he might be just lying. One of the two. They did show up off some gameplay, and I'm telling you, it looks phenomenal. Like, I was like, damn, this is on Switch too? This looks great. Did they call Molten Stuff in to help out with this? Because it looks great. The O-ring design looked lovely. The Landmaster was in attendance. They showed some Landmaster stuff. And even the Blue Marine got some gameplay going on there. I forgot the Blue Marine was even a thing. You still have to save Slippy as you're playing it. The first thing they did was save Slippy because that's how Slippy do. The level cadence was pretty fine. The level cadence still goes from Canary first, and then Zone S is last. But I thought that was called Venom. But I guess it's the same place. But I believe back in the day you could just choose, at least in Star Fox for SNES, you could just choose which path you're doing. But here they have it, you just pick via inside the levels. Like they show them go through a waterfall at one point to change the level, and I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. They also mentioned they added new cutscenes, which they never had cutscenes before. They just had the briefings. So that's going to be a fun thing to go through that. I'm excited to go to that, especially with the new models and whatnot. They added difficulty modes, or they have difficulty modes now, which was fine. Difficulty modes are never a problem, as long as there's... Do you need to start with clear 3 and maybe have a 4th one unlocked after you beat it once? That's generally how I like to have it. Instead of that, they have a challenge mode, which you go in and you do specific challenges. They mentioned one was like killing a Char looks like a Char Ashnabo looking robot. That's what they showed. So I'm excited that extends the gameplay longevity of that via that. Battle mode is in the game, which it should be. You need to be playing battle mode. I'm glad that the battle mode is internationally online, not just local. And I was also happy to see that local lets you do it with just one copy of the game. And one of the systems on the screen were a Switch one and a Switch Lite, which means I don't know how it runs on those systems, but you just need one Switch 2, and then you can have 4 people playing the game, which is nice. The battle modes look like they would be King of the Hill, Capture the Flag, and then Collectathon. The third one was a Collectathon. Sorry, I was wondering how you actually title that. But Collectathon seems to be the agreed upon term for the third battle mode. They also announced that they're doing mouse targeting, which I thought was pretty cool. I was like, ooh, mouse targeting. I'm probably not going to use that, but glad it's in there. In addition to you being able to use the mouse, you could do a 2-player mode where one person's flying and another person's doing gunning. I thought that was a neat addition as well. I called it little brother mode, and then I saw online some people were saying that it also could be called girlfriend mode, and I was like, that's kind of... I guess that works too. They also showed off the face tracking feature for game chat, and I was like, oh, they're gonna go nasty with this one. When we get another Samus game, we're gonna have Samus helmets probably. I'm surprised they didn't do that in Metroid Prime 4, but they didn't. But people are going to go ham once they get their hands on that furry support. I'm probably going to use Falco, but I barely ever use Game Chat, so who knows. Last but not least, they also said that it's going to have Nintendo 64 Controller Support. Probably not going to use that either, because I don't have one of those other Nintendo 64s, and even if I did, I like my Pro Controller, and I'm actually in the market for getting a Switch 2 Pro Controller, because it's the only thing that could turn on the system. Nothing else turned on the system from far away. You got to run over to it every other time. That's kind of annoying. Oh no, I thought it was a great story. The captain gave it an A, and I'm excited. Also, the Shadow Drop mentioned that it's going to be dropping next month, June 25. So we didn't get a month to prepare, even though it was highly into that by being in the movie and that it was rumors about it. This leads me to believe that yes, we are getting that Ocarina of Time remake, and I'm excited for that too. Well, that'll be it for me. I'm going to go back and play some other games and prepare for this eventual showdown next month. You guys stay safe and keep your HP above 0. The captain's out.